If you ever find these guys in the wilderness, you better stay away. Some of the animals on our list include the obvious, like snakes and crocodiles, but there are some you might have never thought are dangerous, like the smallest poisonous frog, for example, or even the 3,300-pound killer that blasts through the water like a torpedo. So, enough stalling. Here are the 10 dangerous animals you should run away from. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10. Box jellyfish. One of these jellyfish has enough venom inside the tentacles to kill 50 people in under 2 minutes. Victims of these creatures usually find themselves wrapped inside the tentacles that deal a hefty bit of venom every time they come into contact with your skin. So, whenever you see one inside the oceans, you better steer clear of them. The box jellyfish can have up to 15 tentacles on their body, and every time they touch your skin, this is the type of mark they leave behind. The skin of the victim looks like they've been whipped to death. Number 9. Hippos. With a thick and impenetrable skin and about 3,300 pounds of brute force, you should always steer clear of these animals. Even though human and hippos have lived side by side since ancient Egypt, the hippo is a territorial animal and one that's extremely aggressive. There are numerous reported cases of hippos attacking and capsizing small boats. They can torpedo through the water and quickly smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, what they actually do is destroy the boat. The passengers rarely get out alive because they either drown in the wreckage or they're killed off by the animal. Sometimes they can even attack nearby villages to steal crops, which usually results in casualties, both in humans and hippos. No matter the case, if you ever come across them in the zoo, please don't get too close. It's all fun and games until someone loses an arm in that giant mouth of theirs. Number 8. Crocodiles. Well, duh, who would try to stay and play with a crocodile? Well, hold on to that thought while you're watching these dumb trainers try to wow the public by placing their arms inside the mouth of these animals. You can assume what happens afterwards. But aside from the obvious stupid people, crocodiles, especially saltwater crocodiles, the largest of the bunch, have been known to attack humans that come near their habitat. Some of them even made a name for themselves for killing a lot of humans. One such example is Lolong, the notorious human killer, and one of the biggest crocodiles that's ever lived. After all, the crocs have a bite that has a force of about 34,000 newtons. Now, compare that with the human bite that's only 890 newtons. That's 40 times stronger than the average human, and stronger than any other animal out there. Even sharks and lions don't compare to these bad boys. Number 7. Poison dart frog. If you ever see a small, brightly colored frog out in some rainforest, run far and run fast. The reason for that is simple. These little guys pack enough poison underneath their skin to kill any human or animal that eats or licks them. Now, if you want to be holding one in your hands, that's possible too, but please wash your hands afterwards, because those toxins might still be on your hands. Now, one of the things you might notice about them is that they come in a variety of colors. Some are blue, others are green, red, yellow, you get it. For those of you wondering how these brightly colored creatures might camouflage in the wilderness, the simple answer is they don't. Their skin color is a defense mechanism that sends a clear message to any predator to stay away. Just like you should too. Number 6. Sharks. Well, this is another one that's pretty much self-explanatory. After all, the movie Jaws wasn't made because the director was crazy. He just knew how dangerous this apex predator of the seas can actually be. They are responsible for about 80 unprovoked attacks each year, and those are caused by 3 main species of sharks. Even though there's about 489 varieties of sharks in the world, the great white, the tiger, and the bull shark are the 3 responsible for the majority of attacks. They are really aggressive, and from 1958 until 2018, there have been a total of 2,785 shark attacks at sea, and about 439 of those people lost their lives during the attack. So, whenever you see their back fins sticking outside the water, run. Run before they get you. Number 5. Leopards. We chose leopards as one of our picks because there's a lot of videos of them attacking humans. This goes for lions, tigers, cheetahs, and jaguars. They're all predatorial cats, and they don't really care about the prey, as long as it's food. Now, leopards don't usually attack humans because then they'd have to go into a populated area, but there have been some instances where leopards have attacked humans. For example, there's this group of Indian zookeepers that was chased by the enraged cat kept in captivity. And just see how fast these animals are when they're trying to get away from humans. They can reach speeds of 36 miles per hour, which for one of these cats is lightning fast. Number 4. Bulldog ant. You can find these in Australia, but don't get too close to them, because they're the most aggressive ants in the entire world. They even earned a Guinness World Record for it, which tells you just how dangerous they can be. People that wander near their territory can get attacked by a group of angry and determined ants that'll stop at nothing. The big mandibles are used for biting, and they inject their venom through their stinger. There have been about 3 fatalities so far, and a lot of people report being attacked. Number 3. Japanese giant hornet. One of the deadliest animals on this list is the Japanese giant hornet that can deliver the most painful sting in the entire world. Coyote Peterson, the guy that catches insects and tests this sting on his own skin, says that nothing can even come close to one of the giant hornets. The hornets have their hives usually underground, so many workers get attacked by the entire swarm when doing construction work. Back in 2013, more than 1,500 villagers in China were attacked, and 42 people were killed. So, whatever you do, just stay away. Number 2. Deer. You heard that one right. Deer are deadly. They cause a lot of deaths around the world. And no, it's not because they impale people on their horns. On the contrary, the reason there's so many deer deaths is because of the deer-to-vehicle collisions every year. Back in 2012, there were more than 1.2 million, that's right, 1.2 million collisions in 1 year. Every year, there's about 200 human deaths and about $1.1 billion in damage caused by these usually gentle beasts. So, whenever driving across a mountain road, be careful. Number 1. Snakes. Yeah, if you didn't know to run away from snakes until now, be grateful you're still alive. But the mass media likes to tell us stories about major virus outbreaks and dangerous diseases, instead of talking about the more prominent threat to humans, snakes. The Secretary General of the UN even dubbed them, quote, the biggest public health crisis you've never heard of. Why is that? Because there are no media coverages of the 80,000 yearly reported deaths from poisonous snake bites. But the whole world talked about the Ebola virus of 2012 that only killed 11,000 people. We say only, but that's still a lot of people. Now, take that and compare it to the 400,000 deaths between 2014 and 2016. That's a 40-time multiple that no one even takes into account. The reason people don't like to talk about them is because there is antivenom that would neutralize the poisonous bite of the snake. But they don't realize that some years, the death toll can reach upwards of 130,000 people and cause around 300,000 paralyzing injuries and amputations. On a related note, we wanted to know if you've ever come into contact with these animals. You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.